Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the Santander Arena here in Reading, Pennsylvania, as Premier Boxing Champions presents a big night of action brought to you by TGB Promotions, Kings Promotions, and Showtime. We're sponsored by MGM Resorts and Brooklyn Boxing. This bout in the ring is presented in association with Warriors Boxing, judging at ringside. From New Jersey, James Kinney. From New York, Julie Letterman. And also from New York, Kevin Morgan. Introducing our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of the action, we have Shawn Clark. All right, fans, here we go. 10 rounds of boxing, heavyweights in the ring. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Antwerp, Belgium by way of Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of the Congo. He weighed in at 236 pounds. His record stands at 7 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw, with 3 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making his U.S. debut, please welcome the strapping heavyweight known as Big Jack Mulowayi. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner in this 10-round attraction, wearing red, white, and blue multinational trunks. Fighting out of Miami, Florida by way of Guantanamo, Cuba, he weighed in at 223 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign, the professional ranks, with a record of 13 wins, no losses, 1 no contest, with 11 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the highly decorated amateur champion and the former Cuban national heavyweight champion, introducing the undefeated rising heavyweight star known as the Cuban Flash, introducing Frank Sanchez. Once again, a referee in charge, Shawn Clark, now to give instructions.
All right, y'all had your instructions in the dressing room. Protect the mundane, total mental. Protect yourself at all times. Toca loose, touch them up.
Let's take a look at our tail of the tape, as here are how the numbers shake themselves out. You see that Mulowayi is 5 years older, the reach and the height virtually identical. It's our opening contest. Frank Sanchez and Jack Mulowayi, who will battle against one another. Sanchez wearing the Cuban and the flag of the United States. Wearing the white and the gold is Mulowayi. Starting off with a left hook immediately was Sanchez. Mulowayi, only time he stepped up in competition, he suffered a loss. Limited opposition for Mulowayi. For Frank Sanchez, he has been coming along at a good rate when it comes to his opposition. Fought coming off a win over Victor Bisbal. Victories over Jason Bergman, Willie Jake Jr. So he's stepping up his competition. There's a nice right hand for Sanchez. As we are in the first minute of this 10-round affair, see if Sanchez can go out and handle business, or if Mulowayi can surprise him and get the upset. Right hand should be the biggest victory for Jack Mulowayi. He's originally from the Congo, now living in Belgium. Both men actually have different, where they were born and where they reside now, different countries. Shawn Clark warning them about not spinning around too much. Midway point of the first round.
Hands are free, fellas. Hands are free.
Now they're Shawn Clark letting them fight out of the break.
My break. My break. Listen, let's box.
There's a right hand that connects by Sanchez. Mulowayi, nice head movement. See if he can do anything substantial. Right hand that backs up Mulowayi. At least through the first round, we see it appears as if Sanchez is the more powerful fighter. Uses his jab. I'd like to see Sanchez use his jab more, employ it. If you're Mulowayi, though, there's a left hook that connects for Sanchez. Now Sanchez, big right hand. Mulowayi's in trouble. A left hook by Sanchez. Mulowayi got clipped with a left hook followed by a right as he was pressed up against the ropes. If you're Mulowayi, though, the goal should be to stay in the center of the ring. A right hand that missed. That was a huge right hand attempt for Sanchez.
Hands are free.
Final moments of our first round between Sanchez and Mulowayi.
Break, come on. Keep it up. Come on. We're doing it. Stop. Time. Tell them to keep everything in the front.
And here is when both men pressing themselves against the ropes. Oh my goodness, look at this. Sanchez clobbering one Mulowayi. Let's go and listen into the blue corner. I want you to keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. You already heard him. Use your jab, control him with the jab.
Seconds out!
That was the trainer, Eric Castaños. Since I speak Spanish, I will be doing the translating in Spanish. Round 2 scheduled for 10. Well, it was Castaños who was telling Sanchez, hey, keep your hands up. You're doing well with the jab. You've already heard him. Sanchez seems to have been getting himself warmed up. Oh, nice right hand by Sanchez. Sanchez using his jab. Jab right to the midsection by Sanchez. Right hand that connected right on the chin of Mulowayi. Sanchez, stiff jab that keeps Mulowayi at bay. Oh, big right hand right on the ear of Mulowayi. Sanchez sticking that jab. Very good, strong fundamentals that he has. Left hook followed by a right to the body. Mulowayi trying to do something of significance. Jab comes out by Sanchez. Jab right to the midsection as we are at the midway point of round 2. Coming up still, Adrian Granados, Robert Easter Jr. A battle at 140. And then in our main event, super welterweights on display with Erickson Lubin and Nate Gallimore. Mulowayi isn't doing anything. I don't think he's thrown a meaningful punch here in the second. Whereas Sanchez is going to work using his jab, and you know that his trainer, Eric Castaños, is going to say, okay, turn up the heat. We can get this guy out of there.
Stay fake, come on.
Shawn Clark separates the two. There's a left hook. That found its mark for Sanchez.
My break, no punch.
Jab by Sanchez. Final moments of the second, as Frank Sanchez in total control against Jack Mulowayi.
Stop! I know. Stay off his neck. Let's go.
That's the end of the second. Taking a look back at some of the action. There's the jab and that big right hand for Frank Sanchez. Sanchez winding up. Good work coming out for Sanchez. Sanchez has not been in any danger whatsoever in this contest. Not one bit. And there we see again, as we take a look, that right hand, Sanchez looking to load up. Well, Frank Sanchez, he debuted at 25 years of age. Started his career with 6 straight knockouts. A 4-time Cuban national champion, bronze medalist from 2011 to 2014. Competed in the 2016 World Series of Boxing, lost in his first fight. And his trainer, Eric Castaños, has a lengthy tradition of training Cuban fighters, namely Yornel Dorticos and former super lightweight champion Diosbeli Hurtado. Sanchez using his jab, and they're calling on the right hand, the left hook. Mulowayi doesn't seem to want to engage at any point. There's a right hand on the top of Mulowayi. I don't know if Mulowayi is waiting for Sanchez to maybe punch himself out or get tired, but if that is his plan of action, then he needs to at least do some type of offense. Look at body shots landed, 11 for Sanchez compared to 1 for Mulowayi. Mulowayi's looking for openings, but it's like his brain is telling him to throw, and there's a big right hand backing up Mulowayi. Mulowayi, his brain's telling him to throw, but his body's not reacting well.
That's both of y'all. Let's go.
5-year age difference. Mulowayi's 32 years of age. Right hand by Sanchez that missed.
Get off the neck.
Close distance now.
My break, no punching.
We are under a minute to go here in the third. A right hand
Hands are free. Come
by
on, fellas.
Sanchez.
Hands are free. Break, my break. Come on, turn the arm loose.
Left for Sanchez. See if Mulowayi tries to do something. Sanchez in total control here, doing whatever he wants. Uppercut now on the inside by Sanchez.
Hands are free, fellas. Y'all don't need me.
As we near the final moments of the third, the left hook that connected by Sanchez seemed to rattle Mulowayi. That's the end of the third. And Jim Gray standing by with the former world champion Robert Easter Jr.
Robert, you're moving up in weight tonight. What made you make that decision?
It was about that time, you know, not really suffering to make the weight of 35, but cutting the muscle mass off and, you know, just getting down there. But, you know, I feel comfortable at 140, and this is my debut, and I'm going to show, you know, all my fight fans, you know, the real Robert Easter Jr.
And do you think you're going to be more active than you were in your last fight?
Oh, yeah, of course. You know, styles make fights. You know, this is a different opponent and a different fight.
And do you have to change your approach with a fighter like this, or are you just going to be who you are?
Be who I am. Be who I am, follow my game plan, make adjustments.
Robert, best of luck. We'll talk to you afterwards.
I appreciate it.
All right. Morrow, back up.
Robert Easter Jr. saying that he feels better at 140. Whoa, that was allowed seconds out by the referee. Quite amped up is our referee in charge, Shawn Clark. Round number 4 scheduled for 10. Looking very much forward to that co-main event with Adrian Granados and also Robert Easter Jr. There's a right to the body that seemed to hurt Mulowayi. I don't know if he was hurt or off balance. Good work by Sanchez.
Got to keep your hand up. Let's go.
Sanchez looking for his openings. Mulowayi really still hasn't done anything of significance. Sanchez landed a right hand. Shawn Clark will step inside again. He's had his hands full. An overhand right. Sanchez now pouring it on. Well, he was for that 10-second exchange. A jab and Mulowayi threw right hand. Sanchez got out of the way. Sanchez is athletic, very strong up top, good physique. Stands 6'3" tall, 220. But compared to the trees that are in the heavyweight division, and you got Andy Ruiz, who's probably one of the shortest height-wise, but you got Deontay Wilder at 6'7". You got Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz, who's about 6'5". Right hand that found its destination for Sanchez. You got Luis Ortiz, who's about 6'5". Dominic Brazil, 6'7". Gerald Washington, 6'4". Sanchez pouring it on now. Really getting in the mix. Under a minute left here in the 4th. Right to the body. Sanchez attacking the body of Mulowayi. Jab right to the abdomen by Sanchez. There's a right to the body. Mulowayi didn't like that too much.
Right clean.
There's a jab right to the abdomen by Sanchez.
Stop at the bell.
Sanchez having his way, and that's the end of the 4th. Let's take a look at, there was an actual accidental clash of heads. There's Sanchez. Ooh, boy, luckily that didn't open up a laceration. There's the right hand to the body for Frank Sanchez. Sanchez, good body work out of him here in this matchup. Let's take a listen into Eric Castaños. Coming up on the 5th round. This one is scheduled for 10. Frank Sanchez in total control against Jack Mulowayi. As Sanchez starts off with a combination. Right to the body. Another one. The body work seems to be wearing down Mulowayi. Sanchez knows that Mulowayi is not taking too well to the body work. Nice right to the body by Sanchez. And again, more of the jab being used by Frank Sanchez. Mulowayi is waiting, but isn't throwing much. I bet the punch output is hugely in favor of Frank Sanchez. Again, as we are approaching 100 seconds to go in the 5th round. There's a right hand followed by a left hook by Sanchez. Sanchez looking to pick his spots. The protective guard, the cup for Mulowayi is being shown. It's the over the trunks right now. I'm sure they will correct that. 65 seconds left here in the 5th. Frank Sanchez in no danger whatsoever, doing whatever he wants, right to the body. Listening to the corner of Sanchez, they're telling him they want him to throw the left hook to the body of Mulowayi. They want him to go upstairs and downstairs. Does the corner of Sanchez. There's a right to the body by Frank Sanchez. Nearing the end of the 5th, it has been all Frank Sanchez here in Reading, Pennsylvania. And now Jim Gray standing by with Adrian Granados.
Well, thank you very much with Adrian Granados. Adrian, you decided to move down in weight. Why that decision?
No, it's actually, everybody knows that's actually where I naturally should have been this whole time. You know, but I had the opportunities at 147 with some of the best in the world, some of the biggest names in boxing. And I mean, there were opportunities I couldn't turn down. I felt like I should have gotten a nod on a couple of those, but you know what? Right now I'm here to make a statement and reestablish my name as one of the best.
And you weren't able to beat any of those former champions. Tonight, an opportunity with Robert Easter. What are you going to have to do? And having learned from those experiences, what will you try to apply?
Plain and simple, just got to deliver. You know, I always put on a good performance. I always put on a scrappy fight, a tough fight. It's time to come home with a W this time.
Adrian, best of luck. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you very much.
All right, Morrow, back up.
Well, for Adrian Granados, he said, look, now it's time for me to actually get these W's. He's fought the likes of Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. He's been in some battles as Adrian Granados. But now he realizes he's got to turn those big opportunities into W's. And it starts with Robert Easter Jr. And for Granados, having fought at 47, coming back down to 40, I think this is his, without a doubt, his best weight. Truly do believe that Granados, nice right hand for Sanchez. Sanchez hurting Mulowayi. Mulowayi with the right hand to the body. Good stiff jab by Frank Sanchez. I'm curious to see if Sanchez decides to turn out the lights and really pick up the pace here. It has been all Frank Sanchez here in this matchup. against Jack Mulowayi. Mulowayi hasn't offered much opposition, and one would wonder if Mulowayi stepped in the ring with Efe Ajagba, this one might have been over probably 3 or 4 rounds ago. The reason why I say that is Ajagba has such a high knockout percentage. Oh, big right hand that caught Mulowayi. Sneaky right hand by Sanchez. 70 seconds left here in the 6th. Under a minute left in the 6th. Sanchez absolutely cruising. Fall has begun to take over on the eastern part of the United States, but right now Sanchez is so comfortable, you would think that he's getting ready to jump into his convertible and ride PCH in Malibu, California and enjoy a sunset. That is how easy going he is inside that very ring. Sanchez facing no opposition for the most part with Mulowayi. And that's the end of the 6th. Take a look back and revisit the right hand from Sanchez. There's that right hand. Boom. I honestly was surprised and impressed with how Mulowayi took it so well. I thought as he doubled over, I thought only a matter of time before he hits the canvas. Taking a look at it again. Sanchez, the jab. Boom. Getting out of the way of danger. We'll take it, listen in to
Back up, Sanchez.
Round 7, this one is scheduled for 10. Take a look and see if Frank Sanchez tries to put the pedal to the metal and looks to take out Jack Mulowayi.
Get off the net. Stop. Keep it to the front. Anything to the front. Let's go.
Shawn Clark steps in between the two. Referee in charge. For Frank Sanchez, if he really wants to, I mean, his record 13-0, he's undefeated, 11 knockouts, but you're fighting a guy who's limited and who now it's like, okay, I'm way better than this guy in every way, shape, and form. Really press the issue and try to get the finish and leave and provide an eye-catching performance. He did it against Victor Bisbal back in Minneapolis, the Twin Cities, back on August 31st. Minneapolis, incidentally, happens to be the hometown of our outstanding producer, Chris Withers. But now here in Reading, PA, Pennsylvania, a fantastic fight state, namely the city of Philadelphia. Coming up on the midway part of round 7. Right hand by Sanchez. Now Mulowayi picking it up. Total punches landed, 24% connect percentage for Sanchez, just 14% for Mulowayi. .75 seconds left here in the 7th. There's a right hand by Sanchez. There's a right hand for Sanchez.
Break clean. And off the neck. Gotta keep your head up.
So far, it has been all Frank Sanchez. I'd like to see Frank Sanchez fight potentially Gerald Washington or even Dominic Brazil to really see where he is when it comes to the contenders here in the heavyweight division. Either one of those two, I'd be okay with. Right hand to the body by Sanchez. That's the end of the 7th. Jim Gray is standing by with one half of our main event.
All right, Morrow, thank you very much. Nathaniel Gallimore, you're a last-minute replacement stepping in. Have you had enough time to prepare?
Yeah, absolutely. I have enough time to prepare. You know, I was always ready. You know, I was just waiting for this call because I know it was going to come in the long run.
Now, there's a re-weight clause here in Pennsylvania. It's mandatory. And Lubin weighed in 6 pounds more than the 10-pound limit, so 16 pounds more than yesterday. You're going to get some of his purse because of that, but are you concerned that he's that heavy?
No, I'm not concerned. You know, I sparred every guy, so, you know, the weight doesn't matter. You know, I'm not worrying about the weight.
You're a slugger. That going to be your strategy?
Slugger, you know, they're going to see a different side of me. You know, they think I'm a slugger, but I got a different dimension to my game.
Best of luck to you. We'll talk to you afterwards.
All right, thank you.
All right, Mark.
So that is Nate Gallimore telling Jim Gray that you're going to see a different side of me. So I wonder, very curious to see how Gallimore comes out because he likes to mix it up. We saw him defeat Jason Rosario a couple years ago. Gallimore is very tough, not afraid of competition. Now here in the 8th, if you're just joining us, it's been the Frank Sanchez show. I don't have him losing not one round, as Sanchez has been dominating this matchup. Sanchez, a late replacement for Efe Ajagba. Ajagba pulled out a couple weeks ago because of a back injury. So that's why we have Sanchez, the decorated Cuban amateur. Been a pro for just over 2 years. Minute 10 is ticked off the clock here in the 8th. Mulowayi's starting to press the issue more, but he's not throwing, so pressure is one thing. Can you decide to throw? Right hand that missed by Sanchez just over the midway mark of the 8th. Frank Sanchez, stiff jab that backed up and buckled the knees of Mulowayi, and a right hand to the body. You see in attendance Danny Garcia, front row. You see him wearing the orange. Danny Garcia going to take on Errol Spence Jr. next year. Thoughts and prayers to Errol on a speedy recovery after being involved in a horrific car accident. Thankfully, no damaging injuries to the IBF and WBC welterweight champion of the world. I believe we're seeing some blood from the mouth of Mulowayi, probably from those right hands and those jabs. There's a big right hand for Sanchez, and Sanchez answers with the left hook. That's a big right hand, best punch of the fight for Sanchez. Sanchez shakes his head as to say, I know I got you. And now Sanchez pounding away on Sanchez. My goodness, what an onslaught by Frank Sanchez. Best punch of the fight. Sanchez followed it up with the left hook. Let's take a look at earlier in the round out of Sanchez. A good jab As we're seeing, boom, that buckled the knees of Mulowayi. And then later on in the round, taking a look at this big right hand, boom, a titanic right hand. Best punch of the fight, clean. Just goes to show you the strong chin of Jack Mulowayi.
Seconds out! Seconds out!
Well, if you're Frank Sanchez, we'll see if he decides to turn up the intensity and tries to get Mulowayi out of there. There's a left hook. And now Sanchez really picking up the pace. Shawn Clark doesn't want them to spin around. He wants them to face each other at all times. Mulowayi has literally been a moving target for Sanchez. That's the best way to describe this fight, is that Sanchez has been a moving target, not throwing much in return against Sanchez. Seconds left here in the ninth. Mulowayi still not throwing anything significant. I'm surprised with the amount of success that Sanchez was getting in that 8th round, that he didn't come out more steadfast and more putting the pressure on with a sense of urgency to try to keep Mulowayi off balance and try to get the finish. Sanchez has a 4-fight stoppage streak. That is in peril now, as we have just over a round to go. We are in the final minute of the ninth. A clinic for Frank Sanchez. Good body punching, right hands. It's bloodied up the mouth of Jack Mulowayi. It has been the Frank Sanchez show here against Jack Mulowayi. Total domination. Good shot by Sanchez to end the round. And now Jim Gray standing by with Erickson Lubin.
All right, Morrow, thank you very much. Erickson, you weighed in this morning 15 pounds over what you weighed yesterday. You can only be 10 pounds. What made you make that decision to take the fight?
I just feel like the rehydration process is important. So, you know, we did our regular rehydration process, and I was just a little bit over the 10-pound limit.
You care about the fight?
I do kind of, but, you know, we go on with the fight.
Gallamore's a late replacement. He's a slugger. What concerns you about him?
Nothing really concerns me about him, but, you know, I know he's tough. I know he's coming to fight, and so am I. So the fans, you know, we got a great fight coming up, and I can't wait to perform and show the world and show the division that, you know, I'm the top dog. I'm one of the top dogs, at least.
Can't help to notice your tribute in honor of Patrick Day.
For sure. You know, rest in peace to Patrick Day. You know, he just died recently. And, you know, boxing's nothing to play with. So, you know, I dedicate this fight to him and his family and friends.
And you used to train with him, correct?
I trained with him a few times. I seen him in the gym in New York, but didn't know him too much. But, you know, we're in the same weight class, and, you know, boxing's nothing to play with.
Erickson, best of luck. We'll talk to you afterward.
Thank you.
Erickson Lubin saying that he's dedicating this fight to the memory of Patrick Day. Patrick Day went ahead and he perished after a bout with Charles Conwell a couple weeks ago in Chicago. Her thoughts and prayers to the Day family. A significant loss to the boxing community, and Day was laid to rest today in New York. So it's been a trying time, and we've had several deaths here this year in 2019. Every year we do, but you know, this year it's seeming to really hit close to home and to all of us. So we wish for nothing but the health and safety of the fighters. Round 10, it is all Frank Sanchez who is dominating this contest. And barring anything miraculous, it should be clear-cut across the board, 100 to 90. A jab by Sanchez, but if you're Sanchez, think if you're his trainer, Eric Castaños, you're wanting to see more of a killer instinct out of your fighter, especially against limited opposition in Jack Mulowayi. Mulowayi has not put him in any bad positions. So, but again, good work. Oh, right hand that connected. Backed up. Mulowayi. And Mulowayi is so big and awkward. Well, as I mentioned, I'd like to see Sanchez be put in there against the potential Gerald Washington, Dominic Brazil. You know, Travis Kaufman is out here somewhere. Maybe Travis, after one fight, can step in the ring. I'd like to see Kaufman. I mean, heck, even Chris Arreola's out there. Arreola coming off a loss against Adam Kovnatsky back in August at Barclays Center. But Frank Sanchez, oh, nice right hand to the body on Mulowayi. But a multitude of opponents and hungry contenders that would love to fight Frank Sanchez, no doubt. As we are approaching the final moments of what has been a dominating and a clinical performance from the 27-year-old originally from Guantanamo, Cuba. Right hand by Sanchez. Final moments. Now Mulowayi is trying to let his hands go. Too late in that affair. And this one is over, and complete dominating outing for Frank Sanchez. Good body punching. The right hand was finding its mark on a regular basis. And Sanchez never in any danger whatsoever. Just total domination from him here tonight. And there's Frank Sanchez being attended to by the members of his corner. Let's take a look back at that big punch from Sanchez. There's a left hook to the body. And boom, right there, a sneaky right hand by Sanchez. Did that on several occasions tonight. There is Frank Sanchez, who is merely awaiting the decision. Should be academic across the board. Sanchez, 27 years of age. He will be 28 next year. Curious to see if they're going to try to get him another fight this year. He has been active here in 2019. This is his fourth fight this year. Started off with a first round knockout over Willie Jake Jr. back on January 11th. July 13th, a victory over Jason Bergman by TKO, and a stoppage against Victor Bisbal back on August 31st. And now we'll send it up to ring announcer. Here is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. The judges are in agreement. All three scored about 100-90 in favor of the winner and still undefeated, the Cuban Flash, Frank Sanchez.
So Frank Sanchez remains undefeated. Didn't lose a single round, 100-90. And for Sanchez, love to see him take a step up in competition.